Hey guys, welcome to Sngle Chef. I'm Matt Skollar. I'm your classic single guy with the classic single guy's fridge and ingredients. The difference is I know how to use these items simply and quickly to create a tasty meal you can't mess up. So good that even a beautiful woman will be impressed. Now, if you can't take my word for it, you can't not take our lovely Lily's word for it, right, Lily?
That's right, Matt. I'm gonna try that food and tell it like it is.
As usual, love it.
So what are you gonna cook?
Wow, guys. Tonight I'm really excited because I'm going to do something that the first time I ever tried it, I will never forget. It was sort of a pillar, what's that? Something stone in my life. There's a term for it, I can't think of it. Anyway, guys, I'm excited to show you guys how to do Eggs Benedict, and of course the star of Eggs Benedict is hollandaise sauce. So that's what I'm doing tonight. Lily, I'm just going to ask you a quick question. Do you have any memories, or is that something that you ate growing up, type of thing?
Yeah, I actually have a really funny relationship with Eggs Benedict. My mom used to make it all the time for us when we were growing up. But she would make it on like special occasions or the weekend, and she always would tell us, like, this is the food of royalty. This is it's an elite dish. It's very special.
Right.
And so we always felt like really special when we got to eat it. And I remember going to friends' houses, and like their moms would make scrambled eggs, pancakes, and I was the biggest brat, and I was like, well, my mom makes us Eggs Benedict. And then I remember going, because we didn't go out to eat breakfast that much, but I went out to eat breakfast once, years later,
right.
And I saw it on the menu, and I started seeing it on every single restaurant menu for breakfast. And I was really disappointed because I realized we weren't really that special.
That's classic. That's really funny.
But it's really good.
So this is something that's been in your life then, like you've eaten this, obviously your mom used to make it a lot.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'll give a little brief story about my Eggs Benedict history, but first, before I do that, I just want to welcome you guys on recorded history, the hottest day ever recorded in Los Angeles. It's about 113 degrees today. So I'm entitling this dish in honor of today's hottest day ever as Eggs Benedict with heat. And there's a double entendre in there, and I'll show you in a minute. But before we get started, guys, as usual, we'll be choosing from our 10 Sngle Chef ingredients that every single person out there has got that I've learned over life. And that is, we've got canola oil, we've got soy sauce, I've got Worcestershire sauce, I got some ketchup, and I actually finally ran out of one of our Sngle Chef ingredients, and that was mustard. So I went to the store today and I actually bought some more mustard, but this time I chose Dijon mustard because that's what the recipe calls for, and Dijon mustard tastes great too. So we'll use this in our other dishes as well. So I've got my mustard put over there. I've got my salt and pepper back here. I've got some garlic powder. I've got my hot sauce, and we've got our Thousand Island dressing, which we use as our ringer sometimes. And that's it, guys. Those are 10 Sngle Chef ingredients. I also went shopping today, and it's cost me about 10, 11 bucks. Max, actually probably a little less than that. I've got some eggs, I've got the mustard I mentioned, I've got my English muffins, I've got 1 lemon, I've got a red chili pepper and a green jalapeno pepper, and I've got some butter under here, and that's it. It's real simple. So let's get started. Are you hungry?
I'm starving.
And what else is new?
So
what else is new?
this
I know it's so hot in here, guys, but I'm going to do my best to stay dry, but if that might not happen. Let's get started, and while I do, let me just first just give you my quick story about Eggs Benedict. And I'm going to tell you the story while I cut some veggies. So, as you know, guys, or you may not know if you've never watched the show before, I'm the Sngle Chef, and what I do is I take recipes and I break them down real easy and show you guys out there how to do them in like 25 minutes or less. But I also add my own flair to it. Now, being a part Latin guy, I use a lot of chili peppers, and this is where the heat part of the Eggs Benedict with hollandaise sauce with heat comes into play. So I'm going to start by, I already washed these, I'm going to start by chopping up my jalapeno peppers. Now, if you registered on the roomlivesite.com, we have a place where you can actually chat with us. So we're doing this show live. If you have any questions, ask Lily. She's in the chat room. She'll ask me, and we'll try and answer those questions as best we can. So I'm going to quarter these chilies, and when I do that, I'll show you on camera here. I have this piece here in the middle, and I'm going to take my knife and just cut that out because I don't want the seeds in there. Sometimes you do want the seeds if you want. Actually, you know what? I correct myself. I'll keep some of the seeds, if you can see there, I'll keep a few of those. That's going to give it some heat. So I'm going to do that with all. Now, if you want the flavor of the jalapeno, but you don't want too much spice, then you can wash it underwater and all the seeds will come out. So my story with Eggs Benedict. You know, it's funny. I never really tried Eggs Benedict until I was older. I've heard of it, I guess, and it's funny that Lily mentioned the royalty thing, because I guess it has sort of like a, when you hear Eggs Benedict, it sounds very English, very royal. It actually was originated, as I've learned, in Holland or Amsterdam, hence hollandaise sauce, back I think in the 1650s, something like that. My research is limited, but that's one thing I remember from reading Wikipedia last night. Anyway, so I went to this place called the Blue Ribbon Bakery, which is down in the West Village in New York City, probably in like late 20s, like mid to late, 10 years ago, something like that. And I said, you know, let me have this. I'd never tried this breakfast before. They had like poached eggs over their home fried potatoes with chorizo and some shrimp. So I was like, wow, that sounds like what a combination, and topped with hollandaise sauce. So I said, I got to try that. So I tried it, and oh my goodness. I mean, the first bite, you bite into that egg, you bite into the potato, chorizo, but the hollandaise sauce, man, is just so unforgettable. It's like the first time you fill in the dots. And it's just savory, it was buttery, it was tangy, and oh gosh, I'll just never forget it. So subsequently, funny enough, like about 4 or 5 years later, I actually ended up working in that restaurant as a server, and I used to get to eat that for free on the weekend, so it was awesome. So that's my my Eggs Benedict with hollandaise sauce, and now, you know, I like to eat it once in a while. I don't eat it all the time when I go out to breakfast. I change things up, but I like to compare and contrast hollandaise sauces, and to this day, that's still the best hollandaise sauce I've ever had. So I've taken that and as my premise, as my base for my recipe, and sort of like added and subtracted a few things to make it my own. And guys, that's what you can do too, and it's so freaking easy. I'm going to show you right now. But as I cut these peppers up, I'm going to ask Lily if we have any questions in the chat room.
As a matter of fact, we do.
Excellent.
Breakfast Lover 123 would like to know, how does this dish differ from Eggs Florentine?
Well, Florentine is basically the same thing, but with spinach. So you could add sautéed spinach to the dish, but generally Eggs Florentine has hollandaise sauce. It has poached eggs. In this case, I'm not going to poach my eggs. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the eggs in a minute. But that's the difference, spinach. So great question. And my version of this is I'm adding jalapeno peppers, both green and red, to give it some nice color and some texture and flavor. So now I've cut up my jalapenos and my red chilies, and now I'm going to saute them in some butter. And then I'm going to start on the hollandaise sauce. Thanks for the question there. What was it? Breakfast at Tiffany's? I forgot the name.
Breakfast Lover 123.
Breakfast Lover. Very appropriate name for today's show. Wow. I love when stuff like that happens. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of butter on our pan, and I'm going to start cooking those.
We have another question.
Excellent.
When you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, great. And this is from our friend M. Neves01.
Oh, M. Neves.
Down in Rio.
It's one of our loyal fans. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah. So
welcome to the show.
He would like to know if he can use chipotle peppers.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to give you a big fat thumbs up. Yes, of course you can. Chipotle peppers will give you more of a smoky, more of a maybe even more spicier flavor. However, it'll be delicious, I'm sure. So definitely, absolutely. Sometimes I'm like, people ask me, can I substitute this for that? And I'm like, no, this is the way to do it if you wanted to mac it out and make it the best ever. But yeah, I'll give you the green light on the chipotles. Absolutely. Good question, brother. And also, thanks for watching. Let me just show you what I'm doing here, guys. I got my butter in my pan, and I'm just going to let that cook up for about a couple minutes, and then I'm going to take them off. So while that's cooking, I have it on about a medium temperature. Let's start making our hollandaise sauce. So I have a blender here, as you can see. This is this is the Sngle Chef easy way to do it, and I love it. So I have a lemon here. I'm gonna the best way to cut a lemon to use it is to cut off the ends, so you have that going on there, and then just go down once, go down twice, and now you've got 4 pieces of lemon. Okay, so we're going to use our eggs, and if anyone is asking, today I actually do have cage-free, range-free, antibiotic-free eggs, because someone asked me last time, why aren't you using healthy eggs? Well, today we are. So I'm going to use 3 eggs for my hollandaise sauce. So first I am going to, actually I'm just going to crack them right into, oh, I'm sorry, we're just using the yolks. So let me get my garbage over here, and I'll show you guys. I don't know if you can see here, but what you want to do is just kind of yo-yo-yo that into the halves until all the egg white is gone, which it is here, and then we'll pour that in to our blender. We'll do that 3 times. If we have any other questions, Lil, while I'm doing this might be a good time.
Great.
Yeah.
We do.
Awesome.
We have a question from Meat Schmeat 88.
Wait, say that name again?
Meat Schmeat.
Spell it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Use it in a sentence.
could.
Use it in a sentence. No, I'm just kidding. Meat Schmeat. Love it, man. You must be from you must be from Jersey.
Well, Meat Schmeat says, I'm recently vegan,
Oh, okay. Now I get it.
but I miss those
Whoops.
traditional breakfast dishes.
Okay.
Do you have any suggestions on a good egg substitute or a good way of making a vegan hollandaise sauce?
Ooh. Meat Schmeat. Gosh, I wish I had a good answer for you. However, I am not vegan, nor am I necessarily schooled in the ways of the way a vegan eats. So I can't give you an honest answer that you can substitute hollandaise, because hollandaise sauce, the base of it is egg yolk. So unless they invent a veggie egg yolk, I don't think there's a way to really capture that hollandaise flavor. I wish I can give you better news. But you'll be able to watch, and if you ever go back to being a meat eater, write this down. It's good stuff. All right, so I've got my 3 egg yolks here. I'm going to squeeze in 1 wedge of lemon, and then I'm squeezing 2 wedges of lemon, just like that. Okay? I've got my Dijon mustard. This calls for about, if you're going to do 3 egg yolks, I'd say maybe a teaspoon. I don't really measure. If you watch the show, the way I cook is just kind of feeling, so I'm just going to do that. It's a couple of, yeah, that's good. And if I need more, I could always add more. Now, we're going to take our hot sauce, and we're going to put a little bit of hot sauce to give it a little bit of heat in there. In addition to the jalapenos, it'll give it some color and some heat. And I'm going to see if I have anything else in the fridge. This is not traditional hollandaise sauce, but if we have some white wine, we're in luck, Lil. I'm just gonna put a dash of this. I mean a dash, just like that. Why not? If it doesn't come out good, then I'll know the white wine shouldn't go in there. But I think it'll come out good. I hear my jalapenos cooking. Let me check on those really quick. Yeah, they're going. They're going. It smells good back here. I can tell you that much. The butter and the peppers, yum. Okay, so let's blend this up. So I've got about a tablespoon of Dijon. I got my 3 egg yolks. I've got my lemon juice, which gives it tanginess and flavor, and then I've got a little bit of white wine. You don't have to put white wine in there, and some hot sauce. I'm going to blend this for about 5 seconds just to mix it up. If I can get the lid on. There we go. I'm going to do it on high for about 5 seconds. That's it, just like that. Now, what am I doing next? Okay, what I'm going to do next is this. I'm going to take this butter, and I'm going to put about a half a cup. I know it's a lot. This is not. You can do a butter substitute and make it a little less, calories and fat and whatnot. But this calls for butter, guys. But it's not like we don't. This hollandaise sauce is going to be delicious, but we don't like bury everything under it. It adds to the dish. So that's about half a cup. I'm going to melt that in the microwave. Watch. Let's go in for about 30 seconds. Okay? So while that is melting, and this is basically a hollandaise sauce. I'm going to show you what to do with that melted butter in a minute, but I hope you're watching at home thinking like, wow, this is pretty easy. You know what I mean? Like, when I thought of a hollandaise sauce before I knew what to enter, I'm like, this must be really, really complicated to make. Like, this must be a million elements. It must take a long time. Not really, not really. And if I do my job correctly, it should be good. Lil, do we have any questions while the butter is melting?
Yeah, we've got a couple more right now.
Excellent. Okay, let me get the butter out and I'll take a
Sure.
question. Ooh, yeah. You know what, Lil?
Yeah.
Before I take the question, let me just do this because this needs to be done.
Take
What's
your
going to
time.
cook the yolk, what's going to cook the yolks in there is the hot butter. So I'm going to slowly pour that in. It's a little hot, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to slowly pour that in, and that's actually going to begin to cook the yolk. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to do this over here, and then I'll blend it over there. I want to show you guys what's going on. So I'm putting our butter in there. This is going to make it buttery delicious. This is what makes a hollandaise sauce a hollandaise sauce. Okay, so now we have that in there. Now I'm going to blend that up. Traditionally, you would use a whisk, and you'd whisk that, and you keep whisking. But why do that when you have less? You don't have the time to do that, and you got the technology. Use it. So 5 more seconds. All right, maybe that was 6. Woohoo! And there we go. There's some hollandaise sauce for you. I'm just gonna dip my pinky in there. Oh, mamacita. That's good. Oh, that's really good. You know what I want to do real quick? I'm gonna put a dash. I mean, do we have any sugar back here? Let me see. I know this is a going against the grain. I'm gonna put a tiny bit, I mean a tiny bit of sugar in there. Just like that, a pinch. I just feel like that's gonna bump it up another notch. And I'm gonna just put a tiny bit more lemon juice. All right. Whoops. Okay, we're good. Let me blend that up again. Awesome. Here we go. Let me give that another taste test. Magnifique. Okay, so
Yeah.
here's what you do to keep, you got to keep this hollandaise sauce, in order for it not to break up on you, you got to keep it in a warm, like vat of water, so it keeps it warm. Otherwise, it'll start breaking up and stuff. So let me just show people what we got there. I'm going to put it in this pot with semi-hot water. It's basically warm water, and it's just going to keep it warm. I know we have a question, but time is ticking, so let me start the eggs, and then I'll take the question. So I'm going to take, oh, wow. Our pan has not been on so hot, but it'll get hot now. Okay. This is what happens with a live cooking show. You got to roll with the mistakes, and I kind of like it when it happens because it keeps you on your toes. So I'm going to take my jalapenos off. I'm just going to put them on our cutting board here, and they're nicely sautéed there. Absolutely. So Lil, I can take that question now.
Great. The photo bar would like to know if you can use a little rum instead.
A little rum?
Yeah, in the hollandaise sauce.
No.
Sorry, the photo bar.
Listen, you can do whatever you want in your own kitchen, but I'm not using any rum. This recipe calls for some citrus. You can maybe use vinegar instead of lemon juice, but the lemon juice really makes it pop and really brings it to life. Rum, I mean, go ahead and do it. If you do it and it comes out good, I'm an open-minded guy. You can write us and contact us and let us know how it came out, and maybe I'll try it, okay? So, I hope that answers your question. All right, so as you can see, I'm cooking my eggs sunny side up. That's how I'm doing my eggs. So I got 2 eggs in here. We're just doing 2 eggs today. We're gonna make this look really nice, and I'm gonna let those cook for a minute, and let me check on my hollandaise sauce. I might have to stir it a little bit. Just gonna keep stirring that just a little bit while it's in the warm water so it doesn't start to fall apart on me. Okay, and I'm gonna take some of our Sngle Chef ingredients, our salt and pepper. Oh, Lil, that's good.
Yes.
I'm really excited.
Good.
I'm going to just lightly salt and pepper our eggs, okay? As you can hear, those eggs are popping. Now, traditionally, an Eggs Benedict calls for poached eggs, and that's fine, but I really like doing it with a sunny side up egg. I'm going to cover it in a minute so the yolk will cook to where the yolk is not 100% done, but so when you touch it, maybe a tiny bit of yolk comes out, but not much. But so it's like three quarters done. So I'm just gonna cover it with our lid, and I'm gonna let that cook there for a minute, all right, guys? So while I'm doing that, Lil, I'm gonna begin the the intricate plating process, which is real easy today. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I almost forgot our English muffins. This is what we're gonna put our egg on, so let's toast. We're just gonna do, like I said, just the 2 eggs, so I'm gonna pop these English muffins in the toaster, get them a little crispy, and that's gonna be the base of our Eggs Benedict. Oh, these eggs are really cooking there. The thing with, if you're using an electrical oven, you know, electric stovetop, it gets really hot really fast. So guys, you want to monitor, you don't want to burn your food, which obviously ruins your meal. And so just monitor, you know, the heat on there, because it can get real hot real fast, which is happening right now. But I just turned it down an inch. But yeah, I also have to cook on the fly here, so that I don't mind that. It's not going to burn the eggs. Lily,
yeah.
My dear friend, what do we have? By the way, I'm going to take a sip of our Arizona water here because it's hot, guys. What did I say? It's the hottest day of the year. I need a little sip of water. We got any questions?
Yeah, we do. We got a great one for you, actually.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, this is from Steve from Arizona.
Steve from Zona.
Steve would like to know.
Okay.
So he really enjoys making breakfast for women, and he would like to stray away from your typical egg white omelet and fruit.
Dude, I don't blame you. Egg white omelet? Ugh.
So he'd like to know if you've ever had any success making this dish for the ladies.
Making what?
Making this dish for ladies.
Oh, have I had success?
Do the girls tend to like this, or is it more of like a man dish?
Don't let the Sngle Chef moniker fool you. Yes, I am single, and I like to cook. But yes, this dish has been wildly successful with the ladies before, if I may say so myself. Not perhaps in such a hot environment as we're in now. I like to use my air conditioning a little more, but yeah, this dish, I mean, if you do it right, and I hope I've shown you how simple it is to do this, then yes, I think you'll put a smile on your guest's face, whether it's you're entertaining a lady or you're lady entertaining a guy. Absolutely. And go try it. Try it this weekend. Try it tomorrow, guys. Try it, and then let me know how it came out, because I'm interested to know. So that is nice and hot. I am ready for some plating action, guys. Let me show you. See, I just stuck my egg right there, and it's like 3/4 of the way done, and that's exactly how I want it. So that only took what, like 2 minutes? Okay, so here's the plating process. Wait for it, Matt. I need to get my English muffins. Okay, one on there, and one on there. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, everything is hot today, guys. Everything. So we're gonna put that that egg right on there. Nicely, simply, beautifully. Fits perfectly. Let's put this back on the oven. Okay. Now, I'm going to take my hollandaise sauce, and I'm going to spoon some right onto the egg. Okay. And let me I want to get this on camera. I want to show you guys what I'm doing so you can see. So I hope there's a good shot there. Great. Okay, so we're going to take our hollandaise sauce, and this is buttery, light, fluffy, and delicious. And I'm just going to spoon that on there. Like so. Okay, I like to cover my egg with it. I'm going to do this one. Now, I mentioned this is Eggs Benedict with heat. So besides it being flipping hot outside, this is where I add my little flair to it. I'm going to take these red and green peppers. I'm just going to lay them on top. I'm going to ask my lovely co-host Lily to join me here in the kitchen. I don't have to twist your arm, do I, Lil?
Not at all.
Okay. And voila. Let me move this and make some room for you. Oh, last element. If you happen to have some paprika, oops, you don't want to open that. You want to sprinkle a little bit over the dish. Not only will it give it some nice color, but it's going to add some nice flavor. And you want to do it like, I like to do it from above. And this also give it some,
that's so
makes
pretty.
it look pretty, yeah. Some plating action there. So, let me just show our friends here what we're dealing with. That looks pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
This is for you, gal. Let me get you a clean fork and knife.
Oh, before I forget, Boston Tracy would like to know if you got a haircut.
Ah, Boston Tracy, thanks for noticing. Yeah, I got a little haircut. Just a little bit off the top, a little bit boom, 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 little shaping. But yes, I did. Thank you for noticing. Appreciate it. Now go ahead and make this dish for yourself. All right, here we go. Ready?
I am very ready.
Okay.
This looks so good. Brings back so many memories.
Is this how Mom made it? Similar? Well, here, you have to try it first.
I have to, yeah. Yeah. That, Matt, you make me feel like royalty.
Thanks, Lil. I appreciate that.
This is delicious.
Thanks. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So, there you have it, guys. Eggs Benedict in less than 25 minutes. So easy. Learn how to do this, obviously, because you don't want to be single forever, right? Listen, you guys can follow us on so many different ways. On Facebook, we're on Twitter, and we're also on iTunes under podcast. And every one of them is The Sngle Chef. So go to iTunes under podcast, look for Sngle Chef, watch today's episode or any episode you want, and check us out. We've got 24, 25 great shows up there that you can check out. And thanks so much for joining us again on The Sngle Chef. Learn how to cook. Again, why?
You don't want to be single forever.
There you go. Thanks. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.